Game of the year. I'm just kidding. Guys, do you actually think this is game of the year? I think it's a really good game. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10, I gotta say. I think it's a really good game. I've really been enjoying playing it. It's great. I do think there's a couple things that could be a little better, which is why I can't say it's like a 10 out of 10. You know?
A little while later.
I just said it was a really good game, and it's probably one of the best games I've played, especially in recent times. It's not perfect. I think a little bit more music and higher difficulty is what I would have asked for, and I've said it before, but
3 hours later.
I think the people saying it feels like Elden Ring haven't played both games, or I just have a vastly different experience than they did, because I don't feel this game plays anything like Elden Ring. I think if you play Elden Ring without summons, like, you know, the way people tell you to play it, I think like a lot of gamers wouldn't even enjoy Elden Ring, like especially like the last boss of the DLC of Elden Ring, man. A lot of people, they're just not gonna like that, I imagine. Now, it could be wrong, but that's what I think. Okay. Really? Yeah, Elden Ring's like pretty tough, man. Wait, where am I? Is this a secret area? This is a secret area. I relate better to this. I think just even outside of that, it's like this is just more casual and enjoyable. Like there's definitely some challenge if you're looking for that. Like the yellow loong was pretty tough, right? But for the most part, I think even if you're not the cracked out gamer who plays that, you can just play this game. You might die a few times, but you'll still enjoy it for the most part. Elden Ring, I think, like, you know, you got to be ready for that commitment kind of thing, you know?
1 day later.
Wukong Game of the Year. I give it a maybe. I think if it's not nominated at all, I'd personally... Ow! Okay. I'd personally be surprised, because it is a very fun game.
Later that night.
For people who are playing the game, what difficulty would you rate it? Well, if you do all the optional bosses, I think it's pretty hard. I would even say, if you play this game like you're playing Elden Ring, I think some of the bosses are harder than a lot of bosses in Elden Ring. Like, what the? So, for example, that yellow loong, you know what I mean? The yellow loong we fought. If you play that like you're playing Elden Ring, as in you don't use any mechanics, you just dodge and you hit them, and you dodge and you hit them like you do in Elden Ring, right? I think that is harder than most bosses in Elden Ring. The thing is, you don't have to do that, though. You have invincibility frames, you can freeze, you have, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't think it's harder in the sense of that. But I do think it's harder in the sense of... Die, demon.
A few moments later.
I think there's hard bosses in this game, for sure. But I will say, if you actually understand this game, it's got a lot of mechanics that feel like it makes things easier. I mean, you just have spells that freeze things. You got, you know what I mean? And the scaling's way better, too. Because in Elden Ring, I feel like sometimes you'll run into bosses that you're just not supposed to fight. And you gotta avoid them. You know what I mean? But in this game, like, anytime you run into something, you can beat it, which is nice. Well, I think it's nice.
1 eternity later.
Dude, what would I rate it? I give it 9.5. 9.5. I can't give it a 10 because there's a few things I think they could improve on. But, obviously, super good game. I mean, guys, how many times do I play a single-player game all the way through? Very few. Almost never. Literally, Elden Ring, Detroit Become Human, and this game are the only single-player games I think I've almost ever played all the way through, like, on stream. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty good game. Ooh.
A few inches later.
What do you guys think of the game? Was it pretty good, or? I'm gonna turn the volume a smidgen lower. Man, I'm kind of sad it's over. It was such a fun game. I mean, we could kind of tell it was ending, though, because we were maxed out on levels. We had the best gear. Pretty good. Nice game. Yeah, I thought it was great. It was great. Literally, the only things I would have asked for was slightly harder bosses, but I guess I'm not upset I didn't maul and complain about how hard a boss was. Slightly harder bosses, little more music. I feel like Chapter 2 set the bar so high with that headless bard that was playing that music. The bar was set like super high, and then the music wasn't as good for the rest of it. But other than that, like, pretty good. Pretty good. I think it's rare to have a game that looks that good that actually plays well, too. Because there's a lot of games that look really good and don't play well. So, yeah, that was pretty good. This is really good.
A few minutes later.
I just wanted to try this one because I saw people playing, and kind of glad I did. It ended up being really, really good. I think it's actually one of my favorite games that I've played in, I don't know. As far as single-player games go, like, very few games are as good as this, I think. Okay. I also think it isn't too hard that other people wouldn't enjoy it. I mean... Whew.
Later.
I think it's, like, challenging, but close enough where I think most people can beat it. I think the crazy thing is how well it was curved. Like, the bosses we beat in one try, it rarely was a complete stomp. We would always, like, barely beat it. You know what I mean? So, like, the difficulty curve was really, really good. I mean, it was just a well-made game. I feel like, yeah, there was just very little to change about it. Whew, all right. Well, guys, I mean, I don't know how much more the credits there are, but... Oh, special thanks. It's got to be the end. Yeah, that was a great game. And I think it's super rare to just make a game full single player. You know, like the other time when the stream crashed, guys, I just kept playing because I didn't realize the stream had crashed. Because it's just, there's just no, like, yeah, it's just a good game. You play it and you're done, and now it's over. Kind of sad about that, but it was fun. I hope they make more games. I don't know much about game science, but that was good. That was good. It was a good run, guys. We're done. That was it. Man, I can't believe that was the end of the game. It was super good. Super good. I don't know if it's gonna... I don't want to say game of the year because I haven't played every game, but man, that might get my vote. Anyway, super fun game, guys. Thanks for being there at the end. I'm glad we beat it. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thanks a bunch for coming, guys. And thanks even more for making my stream a fun place to be. Wouldn't be the same without you. Yep. I gotta go get dinner. I'm pretty tired. Thanks a bunch, guys. Really appreciate you all. Hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed playing it, because that was a pretty good experience. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks a bunch for coming, guys, and thanks for making my stream a fun place to be. Wouldn't be the same without you. Yep, that's it for today. Bye, everyone. See you next time. Bye.